Okay, well, welcome back to the User Acquisition Zone at Promotion Summit London 2022. This is the second talk of the day. Very happy to be welcoming Jan Berk here from Social Peta, and he's coming live and direct from Istanbul, Turkey. Very happy to have him here. We obviously couldn't get him to the live in-person event, but we're happy he's here online and connecting with you today. So I'm going to hand over to him now. So please give him a big at Promotion Summit London 2022 welcome to the virtual stage.
Hi James. Hi. I'm glad to be here. Thanks us giving a chance to be all these people here and to meet with really big crowd. Actually, I checked before the event, there are around 150 people, and which is really great audience. And because I know everybody knows here that how important is user acquisition, no matter how your product is or your game is. The marketing and the creative side is also playing really critical role, and I'm sure that everybody knows about this subject here. So that's why we are around 150 people. I'm really happy everyone to spend their time to be here with us. So I would like to go to my presentation, and today I will be talking about the first insight of 2021. It was a really interesting year actually. And then we will be checking some games and applications according to their creative strategies, in order to get more user acquisition, and what should we do about that. And as the final part, I will be showing some tools from Social Peta, which is really beneficial actually for this purpose, for user acquisition purpose. And let me start my slides. Yeah, as far as I explained, there's going to be three parts. The first, the marketing side, and the second is about the creative side, and the third is going to be about the Social Peta, about our company. And let me introduce so quick our company. We are providing ad intelligence services for the people who doesn't not know about the ad intelligence services. That means we are providing really specific data about your competitors and the market. You'll be informed and inspired by the advertising data of different dimensions, playable ones, video ones, and the image ones, in the global networks. And right now we currently have over 1 billion creative data, which is making us unique actually in the market. And every day we are updating 1.2 million ad creatives on daily basis with our AI support. And we are on the most used networks Unity, Twitter, YouTube, Meta networks, and TikTok. I will be showing you at the end of the slide. And yeah, that's all. That was a quick introduction for my company. And the first point, let's check for some market insight about 2021. It was an interesting year. And so how we gain the market insight? The first, we need to make the environment analysis in macroeconomic way, in the market capacity, development trend. So we need to keep an eye on these topics. And then we need to analyze the competitors, which is also critical. And so analysis of current competitors is really playing a critical role because we can position our brand or product according to our competitor analysis. And then we need to analyze the customers. And so it focuses on certain type of customers. You need to aim really well your audience and target. So that also helps a lot to gain the market insights about your product. The last year, as you know, it was the post-pandemic era, and it was really interesting because we experienced the pandemic really hard, especially in 2020. And at the beginning of 2021, it was also we were feeling the pandemic side, and by the end of the year, we normalized in the market more. So here you can see the advertiser data. So it's really reduced sharply in 2021 because the market is getting normal right now. And so it's lower than like last year, like 44%. So we see that we don't have that like wild jungle environment in this year, but this is really critical year. Also, the upcoming one, like 2022, in order to get the user acquisition, because market structure has changed. So here, like you can see, the slowdown in advertising mobile games in the second half for 2021. At the first half, like we are monitoring the average number of creatives was really high, because the market was really competitive at that time. And like many the audience, the target, like they were like spending more at home, like by their devices, mobile devices actually, and they were more willing to spend on their applications or games. And after the June, it's normalized more, and by the end of the year, so it reduced also around the 370s, and like there were like about like 20,000 monthly active like advertiser, which is really good amount, with a peak of like 21,384. Like this amount and the creative numbers is really significant to like focus, because the market was really strange at that time. And we saw like in many regions saw a rise in the number of game advertisers, especially in the like North American market and the Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan, like except the mainland China market. Because as you know that like North American market is always the peak market, and it's always the target market for every like game producers, or also for the app ones, if it is not like something specific. And we realize the rise of in the North American market, the 18% change, and by the year of 2021, it was like around like 40,000 actually, let's say like 41,000, if we need to give the direct like specific amount. And some markets also like decrease, like Europe, Oceania, and Southeast Asia and Africa. These markets are decreased, but the markets that we know as a competitor markets is increased a lot. So because it was much harder to get the right audience for the like right products. And these are the costs trends of mobile games on meta platforms. And we also see that advertising costs increase a lot. It's also related with this like post-pandemic era actually. So CPM rates increased like by 34,000 by year of year, and it's also makes also for the like small and mid-sized application and studios. It made the market much more competitive and harder to get into, because to enter the market like became much more expensive than before. So in this like period, we realized like many like new apps and the games got in the top of the market, and many also studios and publishers like struggle to publish their products because of the costs actually on meta platforms. And so here are the costs by the countries. We also see that for this is sorted by CPM, by the way. And as we see the peak point in the North American, especially the USA markets, the CPM cost was the highest. And then Australia and Japan was upcoming. And so Hong Kong, like Taiwan, like the advertiser and the creator amount was really high actually last year. But we see that the CPM is not that expensive, as same as like Australia or Japan. I'm not counting the USA in this subject though. And this is also related a little bit with the population, but we still see that USA has the highest amount for the cost. And here, like we are seeing the number of advertisers like continue to decline as the market was becoming saturated. As I explained, right now the market is being more normal. Now we cannot find that audience like who spends like much more like more time on their like devices. So that's why it's been more saturated right now. And this year is like nearly 190,000 mobile apps advertisers. and it was really high, actually in like 2020, and in 2019 we also see that the advertiser amount is not that much, but the growth is really big actually. So it seems that the market is also growing, not only related with the COVID situation actually. Here the number of creatives like peak in May and decline slowly after that. This is also like normal because like it's always like before the summer, so the market is being like more slower when it's the summer. So the best seasons is like for winter and autumn for this topic. And there were like 71,000 monthly active advertisers with a peak of 77,000 in May. And so it was a peak point. Now it's like it winds like much lower, almost the same as the January at the beginning of the year. So we also see that here the market has been more saturated, and when the market is like wilder, actually, it's always easier like to get more users, because when the audience is much bigger, even if you are not like running it like 100% right, sorry, 100% right marketing projects or strategies, there is a chance that you can get like some users actually, because everybody was like into to play some new games or use new applications. Right now it's required to be more careful as the market is saturated, like as we are in the like post-pandemic era. So that makes the marketing strategies and creatives more important actually than last year. And here is the like a short scale of the China market, if you are interested with this market. And there were nearly 120,000 mobile apps and like non-gaming, also advertisers in Europe, which was the highest among the other regions. And in the China market, in the mainland China, Hong Kong, Macao, and Taiwan, like we saw a like remarkable like increase in advertisers. And as you also seen in the cost, like it's also a challenging market, and there is a big opportunities actually in the market, as maybe like you are not working in these markets currently, but it still like should be considered because like there is also like big audience over there. And here I would like to show the cost trends of mobile apps. This is not like about gaming, it's non-gaming apps, because I know that there are also many people right now are watching us, like not from the gaming industry. And here we see the CTR increased like 27%, which is really surprising actually. Like to be honest, we're not also expecting like this amount of like rising in the amounts. And like CPC is almost the similar when we check like for the whole year, but yeah, CTR rate is really high, and the CPM also has the rising trend, not as much as like CTR actually, but it has the trend as well. And these are like cost trends, like the same that I showed you for the gaming business, for game companies. This is for the like non-gaming, if you're interested. And still here is the list is the same actually, but we just like don't see the China market as on the top 5 or like top 10, just in like Taiwan and Macau at the end of the list. So here we still consider the USA as the top market, and then like Japan, like Singapore and Australia is coming after. And in the second part, I will be talking about the creatives. I will be giving you the real examples about, I will also like play some creatives actually in my presentation. And so what are the critical points to get the right creatives in order to get more user acquisition? And I hope this is going to be helpful. Yeah. And here is the interesting data actually. Like we scale it from like 2017, the amount of like creatives like in actually not amount, sorry, the proportion of creatives in like video, image, playable, and carousel one, and HTML actually. So we can consider the HTML and playable almost the same because there is no HTML on playable one. So we are seeing here the video creatives are being much more higher than before, especially the last year, because right now our technology is supporting us. Many people, even in the developing countries, also in the non-developed countries, right now the internet speeds and the mobile devices can support the fast download in the mobile advertising for the video creatives actually. And in the last year, we seen that the video creatives were like 86%, which is really great amount, because we all know that video creatives are attracting more users all the time. So this is really like known rule. But the point was like we were not able to provide the video creatives all the time to the audience because like not everybody was able to reach these creatives like conveniently actually. But now we are seeing that the video creatives are really rising, and it's in the like includes like gameplay scenarios and the game trailers, like some screenshots and some also even the like gameplay videos I will be showing you also. And so this is also like critical information. This is like about the average duration of creatives it was like 32 days. And so when we compare it with the previous years, it's really increased a lot because it's also related with like a pandemic in the last year. So the average like duration of creatives increased like 87%, and it was like 32 days. So you can see in 2020 it's like 17 days, which is almost a half a month of 2021. And so it's also showing the importance like how long we should keep the creatives online when we publish them. And this is also showing the worldwide, but focus on the like Hong Kong, Macao, and Taiwan regions. And they had the most average creatives. And as you can see, they are coming on the first point, and about the advertiser amount and like average creatives per advertiser. Sorry. So on the right side, you also see the genres, like which genres they were focused more. Of course, the strategy games are always the like good way to like get monetization and user acquisition, because you know the retention rates in strategy games are really much higher than the other ones, and it maintained a large number of ad creatives to get more users for sure. And averagely, like there was like 1,315 creatives per advertiser in the strategy genre, and it's followed by the role-playing games and casino games, which is also really popular, especially in the markets as like you can see the Southeast Asia, Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan is really like popular, like these genres. So we see the amount of creatives here is really high. And the first example that I'd like to share with you, the ants, maybe you know this game. It's from the Star Union, a Chinese firm. The Ants Underground Kingdom was published by them, and so it was like one of the main producer of Mafia City, and as you know, it also became really popular. And Mafia City also is following a really unique marketing strategy, and they mostly like focus on the video creatives. And so we also see the same strategy here for this game, the Ants Underground Kingdom. And so they became also really successful in this game with the same marketing analysis. So it's really playing the critical role to analyze like this kind of competitors in the market. If we realize that they became really successful in the market, so what was the reason that they reached this success? Maybe some people is going to think that it's about the budget, or it's about the team, it's about the company size or something like that. It's still not about that, because like we also realize in the market, like especially for the hyper casual and casual games, really like starter level of studios or like mid level of studios, which is even not working with the huge publishers, they were able to become really successful in order to get more like users for user acquisition. This is all about the marketing, actually. Of course, the game insights, even the music, the level design, everything is important in the games. I'm talking about the hyper casuals. But if the marketing side and the creative side is not supporting to your game, there's really low chance to make your product to be successful in the market. And here is the downloads and revenues of the Ants game. It's nearly like 60 million in USD in revenue and steady growth. So we here mostly focus on the growth actually instead of revenue, because growth makes more sense in long term. And it's nearly like 4 million downloads on both iOS and Android in August, and totally over like 60 million downloads is released. And I'm going to show one sample creative from the Ants, and I would like you to focus on it because it's like a combination of strategies and interaction. So you're going to see the hand, and then because the human interaction on the creatives are really taking more attention in the audience actually, and the supporting the game team with details and highlighting the gameplay. So these like three main the piece of puzzle are in the same creative. So this is the reason why it's being like this successful. And it was on the Messenger platform 94 days, and you see the impression is really good, like 2.3 millions, and the popularity rate is really good. So you can see the finger over there showing the gameplay. A really posh outro. Yeah. So if you have realized that, like, they show the gameplay and they show the human interaction over there, and a nice music in the background, and a really cool outro. So all these elements are bringing the success actually in the creatives. I will show you some other examples actually to make you understand much better. And so it's like here are the samples for SLG genre. Now they are becoming more light creatives. Before we were realizing like more like heavy structures in the creatives, really like big production or something like that. Now we see that they start to be light, and because they are in like long cycle operations, so like continuous advertising is really important for them. And so that's why to keep it long term and to they like keep their retention of their game, and they want to reduce the cost right now in this genre, especially as you realize that the creatives actually are looking like hyper casual or casual games, because this is also taking like more attention. Also, if you are playing, like if you are publishing the playable one, and easy creative, which is also allow the user to try before they download your product. This is also important. And advertising of like medium casual games values like female perspectives, and we can like discuss about how ethical is that, because I know I can tell that this strategy is being really successful though, but probably you have seen these kind of creatives in the market as well. So to use, especially in the match 3 games, and to use these like female figures and to show their daily basis problems, in like possible daily basis problems in their lives. And so for example, the first one, like there's a lady here, probably the husband was cheating or find another person, and so she like stayed outside with the baby, really dramatic. And so in the second one you see the family quarrel, and it's also like a like dramatic way. And on the third one you see the school bullying. It's like they show the big problem that people can face in the life, and so the audience is creating the connection with these creatives to like get interacted in. So as I told, like I don't know like how ethical is that, but I can say that this is 100% successful. And to use the female perspective in the life uh, affairs is really getting like more attention by the audience. And so here is the average duration of creatives each year. And we also see that here with the development of the mobile marketing industry, like there were many fixed like major patterns of creatives, which resulted in the increasing average creatives. So it was always that the market was going to come to this point, and right now it's also going stable and it's still growing. And we realized the average duration of creatives in 2021 was 24 days, especially about like this kind of genres. And it also shows that you need to, in this genre, specifically in this genre, you need to renew your creatives much more than before, as the average duration is like 25 days. We also like have seen in the previous pages of the slide, like there were like 30, 35, 40 days of creatives in other subjects. But here we see the really like short time for the duration of creatives actually. And for also this genre, we see that the image category for creatives is still popular. And of course, and we also see that the video is still over there, and the carousel videos, carousel creatives is still over there. But the thing is, also feel like people are trying to reduce the cost, and with just like banging image in the creatives, which is really reducing the cost. And like single image creatives were widely used by advertisers and for the non-gaming, especially like books, like news and comics ones, because for them they don't need to show something long in the videos, or they don't need to provide something like playable. Imagine like you are selling a book, or you are a news application, or you are comics. So it's just important to show a really like attention-taking image to your audience, so it can also work for you. And for the non-gaming ones, and we see the duration of like news app creatives was obviously shorter than those for other apps. And 8 days for a creative is really challenging actually. It's also for the marketing and creative team. But you know, like as in the news category, as they use the image version of the creatives, so it has to be renewed much faster than the other categories actually. Then it's following by like reading and the social applications. So creatives in the mainland China were consumed the fastest, as you can see on the left side, and average duration of only was 11 days. Then it's like followed by the creatives in North America or the other countries as well. So for the non-gaming listeners, I also want to show Duolingo. It was also really successful, as you know. And so this like kind of apps have the shorter lifetime than the other type of apps. So to keep them fresh is also challenging. And as you know, it's like language learning app that has been downloaded like 500 million times, which is really great. And I will also show you the review of this app, which is really good recently. And you know, this is also critical. And so it was made in the USA, and so it was also introduced to Chinese market in 2019, and in Chinese market it's really like welcome this kind of like language learning apps actually. Duolingo is popular all over the world, but I just like wanted to underline the China market because the rates are really good over there. So it offers like 40 language courses, including like common languages like English, Japanese, Korean, French, as many people would like to learn all these languages all over the world. And so this is providing a really fast like language learning, and that's why the rate of download and the revenue is high for this app. And as you can see, the ad creatives like peak in August. It was like around like 608 creatives on Android, and we also see on iOS it reduced very sharply. And this is also related with the new version of iOS because, as you know, right now we cannot like tag the singular audiences like by their like spending or like choices or something like that. So new iOS IFDA rules doesn't allow us to take them. So this is still a big problem in the market. Of course, there are some like solutions for that, but still there is like not 100% solution to solve this problem, like how we were performing in the iOS before. So that's why I guess the app also focus on the Android more. Of course, it's also the bigger market than iOS, and we also see had a like daily peak of nearly like 50,000 creatives on iOS and Android combined. So that was the one of the like top creative. There is like one of the top creative in the Duolingo, and we see the reviews. It attracts like more users with a 5-star rating. Which is also critical, especially for the non-gaming audience. Because for the gaming one, even the ratings are low, like people maybe like would like to try your product actually, like just give a chance. But for like this kind of products, of course, there's a like free version as well, but it's mostly based in the like purchasing this kind of applications. So it's really important to keep the 5-star ratings, and the impression is really high in this one, and the popularity is also a really good point. And I also want to show the user-generated content platforms has become also the impression of creatives of short video. In the previous events that when I was attended, like some people were asking me, okay, like there is a good data here in our platform in Social Peta, and okay, we are just a like starter game studio. Sometimes like they say, like sometimes they struggle to find an idea for gaming, because you know for the hyper casual actually per month studios are able to publish 3, 4, maybe even more games, so it can be challenging for them to find an idea actually. So I gave them the TikToks example because it's really important also to get the idea and the inspiration for the creatives for of short videos. And because sometimes like there is being a viral video in these platforms, and so it's directly can be integrated in your creatives, and it's going to take a great attention. It even can integrate it to gaming ideas, as we have seen in the market, the fidget toys. It was a video on TikTok, and it became viral all over the world. Then they made a game of it, and it went really good actually. And so short video apps like have become indispensable on phones of mobile users worldwide because of the like network technologies that as I explained before, it's really improved currently. And short videos right now are especially attractive when people's time is like less due to high pace of modern life, because right now we are consuming more than before. So we also you know that on the other social platforms like Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. We have seen like shorts, reels, like really short videos, which like people feels much better to watch just like 15 seconds video, maybe at least like 1 minute video. But because like we don't have so much time like currently in the modern life, so the trend is going to this way, and it's also giving us so much ideas for the creative decisions actually. And as the last part, I will be showing some insights from social peta. As okay, I show all these insights from the market, from the applications, and what can we provide you to find these solutions with us. And as I gave you like short introduction about my company at the beginning, now I'm gonna show also some like screenshots of our tools and what can we provide actually to you. So you can find all the market insights in our platforms. As you can see the networks on the right bottom side, as we are on the most of the app networks. Actually, I can say that all the networks that everybody is working on, and like from Facebook, like YouTube, Iron Source, Wangle, and everything. So we are like seeking for the ad creatives every day, as like 1.6 million creatives are like refreshed there every day. And as I also mentioned before, there is over like 1 billion creatives in our platform right now, which you can definitely can find something related with your product. And this is not only about like gaming, also like non-gaming we are providing services. Also, okay, this is not on the presentation right now. We also provide the services for e-com websites. It doesn't matter like you're on Amazon or not, so you can have your own Etsy, Shopify website and something like that. You know, you also need creatives and to boost your product. So we are also providing the services. And here, like you can filter by the category, as you can see on the right side. Theme, network, and the country region. So we also, okay, we are providing the categories, but this is where we realize that this is not like 100% matching with the needs, because sometimes, okay, you can have the role-playing game, but or you can have like strategy game, but you would like to see only tower defense strategy game. So we also added this feature to our tool. Like you can search according to also theme, like music or like sniper game, puzzle game, whatever. So it provides you more specific results and more like filtered results. And I mentioned this many times today. So it's like over like 1 billion as creatives offered, and we cover 62 countries and 70 mainstream channels. As I show you in the previous page, like Unity, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok, and hundreds of like millions of creative materials. And so the point is updated, because this is the critical for ad intelligence tools, because sometimes you need to catch all the trends. Like if you miss 1 week, like 7 days, you might be delayed. So you might you have to analyze the market every day, like what are the trends, like who's been in the trend, who's in the top, which creatives are being popular, and which creatives are getting more impressions, what was the like features of this creative, so you can apply the similar strategies for your product. Because sometimes we think that we do the right thing, and it seems that many people became like many other products became successful with the same strategy. So when you do the same strategies, sometimes just because you are late for them and the market trend has changed, and there is a chance that you cannot be that successful that as they had before. And we also provide the cost intelligence, which is also making unit, because ad intelligence tools doesn't have this feature actually. So we can provide the insights into the ad cost of Facebook, and Google is coming soon as well. So here you can see the audience interest, like recommend with CPM, CPC, and the keyword difficulty. and you can like see the top countries benchmark. And the thing is, you can filter the cost results according to your product category or game genre. So before you enter the market, you will be able to realize what is the cost for your category. Like if you create a simulation game, so what is the cost? Let's say in the USA for strategy games, what's the CPM, CTR, CPC, and all other like gender and age, costs, and everything. And that's also really critical to analyze the competitors in the market. When you see a like strong drop down or strong increase, you also need to focus on, okay, what did they do to be that successful, or what did they do to fail in that way? So you will be able to see in which networks and which platforms your competitor got the most impression. And so you can focus on also these platforms and networks as your competitor did, if they are successful. So if you see a big drop down in their impressions and everything, you will be able to avoid these strategies and these networks, the similar strategies, I mean, in order to get much better strategy for your own product. And these are our global partners from all over the world. We also, you can see the local, like Chinese partners, also like global, like big partners, like Facebook marketing partner, like Google and Instagram partner. And so right now I'm based in Turkey, in Istanbul. I'm responsible in Turkish market and Israel market. So if you need any questions, or if you also need this presentation just to have a like deeper look or something like that, you can reach me anytime on LinkedIn, or also on the platform or at Promotion Summit. And I would like to get in touch with you after the event. I would like to discuss about your projects and talk about what can we provide as a solution to your product. Thank you for your time, for listening. I hope it was beneficial for everyone who listened and joined and spent time here. And is there any question right now? I don't know, do we have time though? I can try to answer them.
We're pretty much at time, Björnberg. That was great. Some very good data there, and yeah, good sort of showcase for the data. It looks excellent, and the intelligence. Is that sort of collected? You know, how do you collect all that?
Like we are using like web crawling system, and the key point actually, every ad intelligence services are working like this. You need to create the right artificial intelligence to collect all this data, because the system is searching all these networks one by one, and is matching with the database with the right hashtags actually, because this is also critical that you need to match all these creatives with the right audience. And so this is important, and we are not using any like outsourced company to input the data to our pool. That makes us have much more data than our competitors, and we are updating our data much faster than them, and which I believe is really important to have. And also the second key point here for the ad intelligence services, accuracy of the data. And there is let's say for the like cost side or the app intelligence side, there is not like 100% you cannot guess the revenue of the company. There is no 100%, or there is like you cannot like guess the 100% impression of one creator. So the key point here to provide the most accurate solution, and we are really proud of that actually. And we are keeping this around 85-90%, which is also really making us unique. That if people who are listening right now, if they have time after the event, if they reach me, and we can just provide the short demo. I can also like provide a trial version to them. I would like them to also experience and the correct and the match with the real data about our accuracy.
Great. Okay. Well, maybe we'll drop a link or something in there, and yeah, that'd be great. All right. Well, thanks very much, Jan Berk. That was a great showcase of some really good data, and hopefully maybe we can see you in person in London next time, or maybe Berlin. Yeah.
Thanks, and thanks so much again to you and to your company to give us this chance to meet with all people here. And yeah, I hope to see you in London as well.
All right. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah. See you. Thank you.